This show is part of the RetroZap.com podcast network.
Now, prepare yourselves for a Starships, Sabers, and Scoundrels special edition.
This is so wizard.
You feeling me, Hunter's Wizard? Oh, I was just stepping to you, girl, with my intellectual wizard politics.
I am an enchanter.
Wizards only. Fools. Wizards rule.
There are some who call me Tim.
Greetings, Tim the Enchanter.
Nope. Wizards only. Wizards only, fools.
Hello, Scoundrel Nation. Welcome to episode 82.1, That's So Wizard, a special birthday edition of Starships, Sabers, and Scoundrels.
Woo, woo.
On this episode, we will feature the latest rundown of Star Wars fashion and lifestyle finds from all corners of the galaxy.
Yeah.
It's also my birthday, so in
What?
addition to fashion and lifestyle news and such, I'm going to share some of my personal all-time favorites from the GFFA. So sit back, grab your wallets, and get your add to cart fingers ready to go. And I am Jay Krebs, birthday girl. And I am so happy to be joined by my two friends and co-hosts, Dennis Keithley and Darth Taxus. How you doing, guys?
I am doing well. Happy birthday, Jay. And also early happy birthday to our own Darth Taxus, who's got one coming up as well.
It's
So,
my birthday too?
Yeah, coming up soon. Lots of July birthdays. July
Oh
babies
my
are the
gosh.
best, right?
But wait a minute, Dennis. This is your unbirthday.
Very merry unbirthday to you. And
To
Beth's
you.
birthday is this month too. So,
Oh,
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good month for birthdays.
yes.
Well, happy birthday, Beth. Wait, who's Beth
Well,
again?
very special. Someone very, very special.
Oh, okay. All right.
Well, Dennis, since hopefully we haven't lost all of our listeners by now, do you want to explain what a special
What?
edition of SQ Pod actually is before we dive in tonight?
Certainly. So, unlike our regular episodes, which have our news discussion and listener feedback segments, this is all just a one big topic discussion, and that usually focuses on something like an episode of Rebels or a recent book. And once a month, it is That's So Wizard, which is your fashion and lifestyle product review. So,
yeah.
with that, take it away, Jay.
So super excited. So have any of you guys gotten any new recent acquisitions from the world of Star Wars fashion or lifestyle products?
Actually, there was a new pair of socks I have not had a chance to wear yet that have the Millennium Falcon on them that are pretty cool.
Nice. Is that
So-
Stance?
No. It's the... I think it's the same group that did the Star Wars Read products.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
But
All right.
this was something that got lost in a closet before I could be given it for my birthday.
Oh.
So that was given to me just the other day, and I haven't had, like I said, just haven't had a chance to try them out yet.
Well, that's
That
fine.
used to happen with my kids a lot. I would buy, birthday and Christmas presents and hide them places and then forget where I hid them. And then 3 months later, I would find them somewhere. So how about you, Taxus? Did you get anything fun?
That's sort of like the evidence for my victim. Well, actually, remember the Skywalker rash I referenced from a few episodes back? I had a shot to clear that up, and I had a little fun Star Wars shot Band-Aid put over it. So,
Oh, very good.
Yeah.
Little Last Jedi inspired, possibly?
in a strange juxtaposition, it was actually Darth Vader.
Oh, all right then. I still have some Band-Aids from episode 1, The Phantom Menace, that I never have opened, believe it or not. Just,
buy 'em from you.
kind of a collector's
Right now.
edition.
Right
Seriously?
now. Fine. Yeah.
They're actually at school,
All right.
but
$2,000.
I can send. Okay.
Wait a minute.
Sold.
What? You're a little too easy on that. So I'm going to say 1 cent.
No.
Okay.
Okay. So for me, if you have followed any of my Instagram feed, I recently acquired the Padme Attack of the Clones lake gown inspired ombre dress by her universe.
I hope you
And
didn't have to kill anybody to get it.
That's my secret. But I did make a few special modifications. So So if you've seen the dress by Her Universe, which was originally debuted at Celebrations Chicago on the Her Universe fashion show, it's a beautiful dress, and it's made of 100% polyester, but it's got a very chiffon look to it. And of course, it looks like the lake dress from Attack of the Clones. Well, there is a removable kind of a bustle in the back, and it has these finger loops that you can put into it. So there's two right in the center back, and then the finger loops are meant to be put, over your pinky finger so you can kind of twirl and that type of thing. So, but what I did was I actually attached 2 extra buttons on the side of the waist area, and then I attached the finger loop to that. So it still kind of gave that same sort of cascading effect in the back. Because I was asking my husband, I said, do you like it with the bustle? Do you like it without? And he said, well, if you're going to bustle it, he said, I like it on the sides, like you're holding it.
I don't know, Jay.
So he was giving me some insight there.
Good.
But it was wow, it was very well received. I got so many compliments at the wedding about this dress. And I actually had one of the relatives of the bride that came up to me and said, we all got together and decided you had the best dress of the night.
Aww.
So I know, that was so sweet. But it was a lot of fun to wear.
Hashtag
and
Jay wins.
Yay. And I did actually shorten up the strap that goes around the back of the neck as well. So it was just a little too gappy for me in the front. So I shortened it up a bit. So if you've got some sewing skills, you can do something like that.
You want something more hot topic-y.
Yeah, a little, well, no. Yeah, I guess you could say that. It was just, for me, it just gave a better look to it. Absolutely.
Right, so explain to me, I'm a man. The finger loops.
Yes. It's just a fun little thing. It's, back in the day, it was just kind of one of those things that a lot of the gals would put these little loops around their pinkies so that when they moved with the dress would give kind of its own sort of body in and of itself, I guess you could say.
Okay, I like that.
So,
it's really cool.
Yeah.
Is it sort of
but
it's
it's
like a deep south kind of thing.
It is.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
All right.
Inspired by plantation dresses and that type of thing.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Good call.
Thank you.
But yeah, if you're wanting to pick up one of these dresses, I know that they are still online at Her Universe and is also at Hot Topic, I believe. And they are running for $79.92 right now. And the plus sizes are $69.93 plus tax, of course. And so it's, actually, usually the plus sizes are a little more expensive, but this is kind of a nice thing. But I did wash it as well. So it did. But I will say this, if you do get this dress, or if you get a dress like this that has this really thin kind of chiffon material, my best advice to you is to put it into a pillowcase and tie the pillowcase before you wash it. So that way, if you have any kind of snagging in the barrel of the washing machine, it doesn't snag the dress. Or anything like that. And I also recommend that for anything that has sequins or anything that's applied to the garment itself, those kinds of things. And this also has a removable, like a scarf slide on it that has the Naboo Padme symbol. And I definitely took that off before I washed it as well. But also has a lining in it, which is great. So it's just a really, really good looking dress, and I love it. So it wore nicely, it washed nicely, and it's very comfortable. And I got a lot of really great compliments. So again, that's at heruniverse.com. So Scoundrels, you can check that one out.
Yeah.
And
does not come with the accompanying pillowcase.
No, it does not. So you'll have to do that one yourself. But I also ordered. It should be here, any day now. For my birthday, hopefully.
Yeah.
2 bottles of Skywalker Vineyards wine, which are now available. I've been checking periodically to see if there's been any new vintages released. And it's been, no pun intended, but it's been kind of dry lately. And Skywalker Vineyards has not really shipped out a whole lot and made a whole lot. But there's 3 varieties currently available. They have a 2017 Chardonnay for $42 a bottle, a 2018 Rosé for $25 a bottle, And if you're really wanting to splurge, they have a 2014 Somita Sparkling for $100 a bottle. So yeah.
So Dennis, you're kind of the sommelier of the Scoundrels, if I remember correctly. What are your opinions on rosé?
It's fine. I prefer something not as sweet. So if I don't know much about Somita, but the sparkling is always good. $100 is kind of pricey. But of these three, just based on the little I know about them, which is their year and their day and the style or brand, I go with the Chardonnay of those three myself.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But that's just what I prefer.
Well, I did actually order one of the rosé and one of the Chardonnay. I couldn't get all three, so I figured, well, I'll just try each one of them. So if you do happen to order these, of course, you have to be 21 or older to order, and the shipping cost will be added at your checkout. And an adult must be present to sign upon delivery. So as of the recording of this, I had ordered it 2 days ago, and it should be here 2 days from now. So we're talking 4 days total for shipping, which isn't bad.
Carry the
Mm-hmm.
And
so I was super
groups that
excited.
ship wine really are serious about having an adult sign for that.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
So Jay,
I've
I
had-
want you to do a video of you chugging one of these. Is that going to happen?
I don't know. No chugging.
Just-
no
You don't
chugging
chug
wine.
wine. You
Well,
sip
you've
wine.
never
You don't-
partied with Taxus, apparently. I'm just saying.
Maybe if it's wine out of a box, but we've talked about this.
I mean, is Night Train
Not
wine
good.
or Mad
Well,
Dog? I'm just asking these questions.
But I did have actually a 2005 Skywalker wine
Thank you for
that
differentiating.
I finally opened on the night of the premiere of The Last Jedi with my best friend Pam Brugwalski.
Oh, yeah,
Hi,
I remember
Pam.
your tweets that night. Yeah.
Yeah, and but
Yeah.
actually, I still have the bottle. I'm going to make a luminary out of it, so I'll have to post pictures
Okay.
when I
What
do that.
style was that one?
So that was a Pinot Noir.
Okay, that's good stuff.
Yeah. So yeah.
I like it.
But I'm looking forward to the sweet too. So those are going to be some things that I've either recently gotten or will be getting very shortly.
You mean
but
amazingly gotten.
reasonably, I get you.
Wine humor.
Yeah, wine. Don't whine about it. So let's go, shall we? On to our features for the month. So, here's the thing. San Diego Comic-Con is right around the corner. There's been some announcements about exclusive products and fashion pieces, and some of these have included Hallmark ornaments, Funko Pops, Nixon watches, a stylized Boba Fett Perfect Shaker Cup, which I thought was interesting, pint glasses from 720, stance socks. So, Dennis, you've got your attention there probably. Lounge fly, heroes and villains, fan wraps, Tom's shoes, and these are just to name a few. So I'm going to actually dive into some of the items from Comic-Con in the August edition of That's So Wizard with some more detail, so be on the lookout for that, because right now we don't have a whole lot of detail about them, but you can go to StarWars.com and you can check out the exclusives there and kind of get ready. So if you're going to Comic-Con, you can kind of put some things on your wish list. But there are a couple things of note that I did want to cover now. And of course, first is the annual Her Universe fashion show. So this has become a staple, at San Diego Comic-Con. And every year it's live streamed and super exciting. So this year it's being presented by Her Universe, Hot Topic, and DreamWorks Animations, She-Ra and the Princess of Power. So this year's highly anticipated show will be held on Thursday, July 18th at 6 p.m. So in a couple of days here, you can get your fashion fix. So it will be hosted by Ashley Eckstein, and the theme for this year's show is the power of fashion. So in the spirit of the critically acclaimed series She-Ra and the Princess of Power, the designs competing in this year's show will be inspired by powerful characters, stories, and themes on the runway. And of course, we're going to be looking for whatever wonderful exclusive fashion dress that Ashley is going to be wearing, because she wore the Nightmare Before Christmas Funko Pops dress last year, and then she also wore the Lego Ahsoka dress. So all eyes are going to be on, kind of figuring out what Ashley's going to be wearing, and that'll be hugely covered, I'm sure. So 2 winners. Yeah. Mm-hmm. 2 winners will be chosen, one by the audience and one by an expert panel of judges. And some of this year's judges panel includes staff from Hot Topic, Torrid, the Parks Merchandise and Product Development at Disney Parks, Merritt Leighton, who is the voice of Frosta on She-Ra and the Princesses of Power, and Michaela Dietz, who is the actress, voice of Amethyst on Cartoon Network's Steven Universe, and many, many more. So for the full list, see heruniverse.com. And they're also going to have the Cartoon Network Junior Design Showcase. Wow. And this is a competition for junior designers between the ages of 6 and 17. 6 years old. Since I was 6 years old. I think that's amazing. And the winners will showcase their Steven Universe-inspired designs when they hit the runway. So that's pretty cool. And the winners will also design a collection with Her Universe for box lunch in 2020. Yeah. It really is. And, it's super great that Ashley is giving these young designers a way to express themselves. So I'm just so looking forward to that one. And this year's content sponsor will be the Pop Insider. They will bring everything about the fashion show and pop culture news to one place. Espionage Cosmetics, leading nerd makeup company and self-proclaimed nerd misfits, will return as the hair and makeup sponsor to create the looks for the Her Universe runway models. And I actually do have some Espionage Cosmetic nail wraps, so I can speak to, some of their products there. So super excited about that one. So if you go to the blog at heruniverse.com, you can definitely read more about that and get some more information about that. So I'm really looking forward to that one. I love watching that one every year.
Yeah. So I was kind of a designer when I was 6. Yeah.
Were you? What did you design? I'm afraid to ask.
Basically, anything you were wearing, just add pantyhose over it, and yeah.
Oh, there you go. It's a design choice.
Like if you're wearing a hat, put pantyhose over it and go into a convenience store. You'd be amazed at how many people really enjoy it. Yeah.
Yeah, and they just, I'm sure they scream with delight.
That's right.
Or they just scream. So here's another one that's going to be debuting, and this one's been getting a lot of coverage on the interwebs here lately. Rock Love Jewelry. And these will become available to the general population on their website beginning July 18th.
Stop teasing us.
I know, but the piece that's getting the most attention is the Ahsoka ring. And it's a beautiful piece. And Ashley Eckstein actually collaborated with the CEO and designer, Allison Semino, of all of the pieces, but especially the Ahsoka ring. And it features Ahsoka's headpiece. And on the inside, it says Ahsoka lives. And it's beautiful. It really is. Not real practical ring, just the way that it's really high, with the headpiece.
Right.
I think it's beautiful, but it's not something that I would probably wear on a daily basis. But they do have everything from earrings to necklaces. I am in love with the AT-AT or AT-AT and thermal detonator necklaces. Now, some of them are already saying sold out on the website. So I don't know how or why that is, but each item is limited. I don't know. They're limited to 1,000 pieces. So, maybe some of them are already sold out. I don't know, but they come with a unique series number. So
does the Ahsoka ring have Leica?
Well, it wraps around your finger, but yes. So yes, if you go to the picture, you'll see, but it's beautiful. It's blue and white with sterling silver. Sure. Yeah. And it's super pretty. But,
I just checked on some of these while you were chatting about them. They've switched them all to coming soon.
Okay. Okay, good. Because as of at the write-up,
you see what happened just now? Yeah, we accused him of lying, and they changed things.
I really dig the medallions that they have over there. The Boba Fett and the Jawa, Yoda, and then the Wampa. They've got some pretty cool designs over there for those medallions.
That's awesome.
Definitely. And then they have the planet. the planet ones as well. But yeah, you can get anywhere from $75 for a pair of silver Jawa earrings to $135 for the necklaces. But Kristen Baver of StarWars.com had a really great write-up, and it looked at the creative process and had an interview with Rock Love Jewelry CEO and designer Allison Semino, who I mentioned earlier. So if you are interested in the creative process and how all of this came about, you can go to StarWars.com and click on news. So they will be in booth 2913N in the Star Wars Pavilion, and also available at the Her Universe booth.
You know, I think if you say that CEO's name one more time, she'll appear before you.
Allison Semino.
Did it work?
No, that's too bad.
Then just appeared.
You can also go right to the website, as Dennis mentioned as well, rocklove.com/collection/Star Wars. And of course, all of these will be in our show notes. So, but they are beautiful pieces. I'm loving these a lot. So wish list, definitely for me. All right,
Okay,
so
hint
next.
taken, Jay.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we'll see. So next, this was actually inspired by a conversation that we had on one of our last episodes. I don't even know. How did we get into the conversation about Aurabesh Scrabble Tiles? Do you guys even
probably
remember?
something stupid I said.
No, never. So I actually ended up purchasing these on Etsy.
Actually, it was
And-
something stupid I said. Now I remember.
Well, at any rate, it ended up in a That's So Wizard purchase by me, and I am super excited about these. So these are from Etsy seller Creative Kelowna, which is all one word, Kelowna, after the word creative. So as soon as I found these, I went ahead and ordered a set because, of course, you guys know, and anybody that's listened to That's a Wizard before knows I love me some game nights. So anything that I can do to bring Star Wars and game night together is just totally right up my alley. And so the seller was really great about working with me too, because I didn't realize this, but because Scrabble is played, of course, with all uppercase letters, if you use the Aurabesh uppercase, some of the letters are backwards. So I was so glad that he told me that, because I would have been even more confused to learn Aurabesh than I already am. So I'm getting the lowercase letters in Aurabesh because that's typically how it's translated.
It almost always appears in comics and online and everywhere else in all lowercase anyway.
Why is that? Do you know?
I don't know. I mean, I used to be able to read Aurabesh just by looking at it. I still recognize quite a few of the letters.
Wow.
But when my youngest was playing Battlefront, he noticed the Aurabesh and how words were translated right there on the same screen. So he was trying to learn how to do it himself. And then we went to an Aurabesh translator, and that's where we learned that sometimes the capital letters are reversed. But I can tell you that from looking at Aurabesh that appears in the current Marvel comics, they hardly ever use a capital letter. I mean, they just use this one standard set of letters, and they don't distinguish between capitals and lowercase. And that's when they're showing a graphical form. I'm not talking about like the thought bubbles or speech patterns where they all use all capitals anyways, because they don't do those in Aurabesh. They do those in English.
Right.
But yeah, if you're trying to use this as an aid for learning Aurabesh, I just get the lowercase and not worry about the capitals.
Right.
See, I should have just talked to you in the beginning, because this poor guy, he probably thought I was the most loony-goony person on the face of the earth, because I kept asking, why is this backwards? Why is this reversed? And he's like, I don't know. I didn't make up the language.
So basically,
So he was
everything
so
I heard
nice
was
about it,
that
though.
the comics people are Philistines, Dennis, right?
Oh no! I mean, they make it so you can actually translate and read the stuff and do something with it. And the other place that it showed up quite a bit was the Old Republic, that online Star Wars game. There's tons of Aurabesh in the screens in there, and that's primarily why I learned how to read it, just so I can wander around and read all the signs all over the place.
And there's
There
a
you
lot of
go.
signs saying my name in there too.
I'm sure there are, as a wanted sign, right?
Yeah, and a warning. Yeah.
Definitely. So yeah, I'm so excited to get these though. There's 100 tiles that are alder wood, laser engraved, and they're awesome looking. So I will have to report back, Scoundrels, and let you know, because I'm determined to learn Aurabesh, and I figure this is probably the best way to do it visually.
Learn all the cuss words first.
that's how you do it, right?
How you do it.
But they also have American Sign Language, Klingon, Romulan, Huttese, Ewok, Vulcan, British Sign Language. So they can basically laser engrave anything you want.
Huh.
So I just thought that was super creative and cool, which is always what I'm on the lookout for. So if you're interested in that, you can go to the Etsy shop. And again, Creative Kelowna is their handle there. And they also have a Facebook page. They do t-shirts and everything. So they've got a wide variety of different stuff too. These were actually designed by someone in Vancouver, in Canada. So just a little side note there. But yeah, so I'll report back on that. So another one that's really making the rounds right now on the fashion front for Star Wars is the new Tom's Star Wars shoe collection. So I've heard of Tom's shoes before, and I know that they've been around for quite a while. And so a little background on this, it says, while traveling in Argentina in 2006, Tom's founder Blake McCoskey witnessed the hardships faced by children growing up without shoes. So wanting to help, he created Tom's Shoes, a company that would match every pair of shoes purchased with a new pair of shoes for a child in need, and it's called One for One. So they actually have a few different focuses that they use, and they have one for one eyewear, bags like backpacks, that type of thing, in support of safe birthing practices, and even coffee, which provides fresh drinking water on a one-to-one too.
So
that's pretty cool.
So what's an unsafe birthing practice?
A lot of these that are happening in, countries that don't have proper medical care. And a lot of these birthing practices are just kind of not good. Let's just put it that way. So yeah, okay. I mean, if you did a little bit of
baby over a bed of broken glass or something.
That too.
Okay.
Which that could actually be part of that.
That's very unsafe.
So
yeah.
But I'm always looking for that too. I'm always looking for these companies that have some sort of a philanthropic mission. And so Tom's is definitely fitting the bill there. But they do have several different styles of shoes now available. So they have some slip-ons for ladies in either white or black, AT-AT or AT-AT print. Mm-hmm. And these are sizes 5 to 12, men's sizes 7 to 14. So there's, again, black or white. And those are $69.95. And also coming soon for men, they have a white Star Wars character sketch print. Men's, they call them Travel Light Low sneakers, not slow, low. Travel Light Low sneakers. Let me say that again. And black space print men's Travel Light slip-on. So these are pretty good looking ones too. And talking about Aurabesh,
off the tongue too.
Right. The low sneakers, they have a white background with almost like a blue sketched motif of different Star Wars characters and things, but it also has Aurabesh.
Oh.
So, yeah.
So, how come people assume women can't tie shoes?
Because they have all the slip-ons?
Yeah.
We're in a hurry, man. We don't have time for the tie and shoe crap.
Do you know how to tie a shoe? I'm just asking.
I do. I do know how to tie a shoe. And usually when I do, I double tie it. But, I do appreciate a good slip-on because then you can just, go. Well, they also have kids multi-Ewok print Tiny Tom's classics, and they have a hook and loop Velcro closure, and they also have a youth classics slip-on with the elastic gore. So the Tiny Toms are $39.95, and those run for ages 1 to 5, little Tiny Tot 4 to 11 sizes, and then the ages 4 to 11 sizes are sizes 12 to 6. So I know it sounds backwards, but if you remember when the kids were little, after they hit size 13, then it went back to size 1.
Never paid attention.
And usually once they're about a year old, 2 years old, it coincides with how old they are, depending on how big their feet are.
Yeah.
So they have size charts online, though, and they can actually help you choose the best fit for your kid based on your child's current age and the current brand that they wear.
Wow.
So they have like the Keds, and they have Carters, and they have basically everything you can think of.
Cool.
So some of the little kinds of things that they have online as far as their features go. They have superior traction uppers in their canvas. So they have some leather uppers, printed footbeds featuring a scene from the film. So it's kind of fun. And it is also removable for increased cushioning. And they have the EVA rubber outsole for improved traction. And I've mentioned the EVA rubber sole before. So if you want to check those out, those are at toms.com/Star Wars. So always have new shoes, it seems like.
And every purchase gets you a free bag of potato chips, right?
Not quite.
Wrong Toms?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Definitely. All right, moving on to Heroes and Villains. And this is actually also going to be at San Diego Comic-Con. And if you listen to our post-Chicago celebration, That's a Wizard, we were talking about them there. And it was kind of funny because my husband and I were sitting out on the porch and, just do what you do, watch the Amish buggies go down the road and flip through your phone and that kind of thing.
Wait. This is a PG audience, okay? So slow down. Okay.
So he brings this up and he says, "Oh, have you seen this?" And of course I had already. I'm like, "What? Yeah, but that's really cool, honey. Good looking out." So, I always try to not discourage him from showing me things because usually I've already seen them, but it's all good. So this is the Boba Fett collection.
Okay.
So yeah, this is really, really awesome stuff. And again, you got to jump on this stuff quick, Scoundrels, because a lot of this is already saying sold out on their website.
They lie.
They have t-shirts, they have a patch set, they have a hat, a backpack, lapel pin set, a lanyard, and a bifold wallet. And so those range anywhere from around $8 for the lanyard, all the way up to $80 for the backpack. And of course, it's got the Mythosaur skull featured on that, and then the Fett crest for some of them as well. So those are pretty cool.
Cool.
So heroesandvillains.com. It's actually heroesvillains.com. And again, those will be in the show notes.
Right.
So now are you ready for my favorite thing?
Am I, Dennis?
Oh, yeah.
These are a few of my favorite things. So what I did since it's my birthday, I can't say that enough. What I did was I just went through and kind of thought about some of the most used items that I have from my Star Wars fashion and lifestyle stuff, and most worn, my go-to kind of items. Yeah. And so these are not really in any particular order, but definitely if I had to say the number one that I use a lot is talking about slip-ons, my Vans black Darth Vader slip-on.
Oh, wow. Completely different than what I was thinking.
But these are amazing. Let me just tell you, I wear the living you-know-what out of these things all the time. I don't care if it's summer, winter, what. This is the first shoe that I slip on, literally, because
spring,
number one,
summer
or fall. Yeah. They're black, so they go with everything. They're super comfortable. They're Vans. And I have a quick little story behind these. I actually got these back in, I think it was 2015, I want to say. The fam and I were down in South Carolina at Myrtle Beach, and there was one day where it was just so hot we couldn't even stand it. Like, we couldn't even stand going to the beach. So we decided to go shopping instead. So we went to this little outlet mall, and we went into the Van store, and I'm looking around, and I found these in the little boys section. And I have small feet, so it worked out perfectly.
I was a little worried while you were there. So.
Yes. Yeah. So because my boys were younger at the time well.
Okay,
so we were looking in the boys section for stuff for them.
I feel less uncomfortable now. Thank you.
But let me just tell you, I can't even tell you how many miles I've put on these shoes, quite honestly, and the treads look brand new. I have worn these to New York City when we went on vacation a couple years ago with the fam, and we literally walked probably 5 miles just to get to Central Park and then 5 miles back from where we were. I've worn these on basically every walking trip that I've ever taken since I've purchased them. I've worn them to school. Literally worn them everywhere. So if you go to Vans.com, you can read a little bit more on those. I tried to find them available. They're no longer available on the Vans website. However, if you go to eBay or Amazon, you might be able to get some of these. And some of them are selling for up to $300 a pair. So, yeah, so they must have been, I know they were limited edition, but mine looked just as perfect as the day I got them. So if you've ever debated getting Vans, I actually have 3 or 4 pairs of Vans, and I've been so happy with every single pair. And I wish that they'd come out with a new line.
So you've discovered a new form of body armor, basically.
Basically, yeah. Yeah, foot armor, for sure. So number 2 on my list is Loungefly. Anything Loungefly. I don't care what it is. I did a couple of reviews for Coffee with Kenobi back in the day on a couple of the bags that I own. One is a Boba Fett crossbody bag. And right now they're not available on Loungefly, but you can get them on eBay or Poshmark, which if you're not familiar with what Poshmark is, it's basically kind of like eBay in a way, but it's not. I don't know how to explain it. You have to be a member, though.
Okay, I think you get it. Yeah.
So around $60. I'm not on Poshmark, but I know a lot of people that are. But this is amazing. It looks smaller than what it is. You can fit a lot of stuff into this, and it's got it's a brown leather, basically like a messenger bag kind of thing. And the Boba Fett helmet is kind of like a Sugar Skulls inspired design, like a Day of the Dead kind of thing. But you can actually fit a lot of stuff in this bag. And it held up in New York City rain. There was one day when we were out in New York City and it was pouring rain. And I thought, oh my gosh, this thing is going to be completely ruined. It's not. It's in such great shape. And I have used this thing like crazy. And the same thing with my Stormtrooper, spit it out, Jay. Stormtrooper Floral X bag, which has kind of become a staple for me. So it's kind of a tote bag. It's black and white with the floral Stormtrooper helmet on it, which I absolutely love. And I take it everywhere. Wallet, Loungefly, anything. Highly suggest anything Loungefly. Great quality. All right, so next, I just threw in some homemade stuff of mine because I like to be crafty and I like to make my own stuff, and I like to take things that I already own and turn them into other things because I get bored. And because,
You're
it's
insane.
like,
You're devious. You're a mad scientist by doing that.
I know, but I hate to give stuff up or, donate it if I still like it.
I know. Everything should stay yours.
I know. So I'm going to tell you, if you look on the Coffee with Kenobi website and you go to Core Worlds Couture, you can skim through some of these, but I actually have a tutorial where you can take a t-shirt and then turn it into a tank top. And so you basically are upscaling some things that you already own. And I did the same thing with a pillowcase. So I used a pillowcase and turned it into a tank top. And I made a matching purse to go with it. And I also have I guess the best way you can call it is a sheath dress. Yeah. And these are from bed sheets that I purchased at secondhand stores. So I did the same thing with 2 pillowcases and turned them into skirts.
Wow.
So I have, so I have all these pictures and everything, on the Core Worlds Couture, and just a lot of fun because I love creating things that are unique. And so, why not? Might as well. And I've even taken some of my boys' t-shirts and turned them into tank tops that way too. That brings me to my next favorite thing. And these are Irregular Choice shoes. And these are C-3PO flat. And I love these stinking shoes. They are so adorable. Irregular Choice has a lot of really unique, I have to say kind of coochie designs in a way, but they're amazing. And these are no longer available on their website, unfortunately, but you can get them at Amazon for like $129, which is actually not too bad for Irregular Choice. I paid less than $100 for mine. But these also have scenes from Star Wars on the bottom of the shoe. So if you look at the bottom of the shoe, there's one that has Luke Skywalker with his lightsaber, and then there's one of Han and Leia. So my recommendation is if you ever buy any of these, is to spring for the adhesive sole protectors and put those on the bottom so you can cut them to fit, and then they adhere right to the bottom of the shoe. So it protects the design on the bottom of the shoe.
All right. Yeah.
But also be very careful of what culture you're showing the bottom of your shoe to, because that could be like not nice gesture
And you'll
in
end
some
up
cultures.
dead.
Right. So just be very careful when doing that. But
Right.
I love these shoes because I always get the greatest compliments on those. So number 5 is my Vader pendant necklace from Her Universe that I purchased a bazillion years ago. This one is still on the Her Universe website for $34.99. And this one's like a black cameo. And this is another one of my statement pieces, I would call it, that I wear a lot with a lot of different things. So enough said about that one, but it's Darth Vader, it's cameo, it's black, it's a nice pendant piece, and I absolutely love it. So go to heruniverse.com for that.
Love it.
Another one, number 6, is my folding camp chair, which is my R2-D2 folding chair that has, I purchased this thing a bazillion years ago. My oldest son, who is going to be turning 20, can't even believe I'm saying that, this year. I know, right? I started taking this to his little league, like football.
My gosh.
When he was playing football, like Pee-wee football back in the day. So that tells you how old this thing is. And it has held up beautifully. Now, originally I got it from ThinkGeek, and it is currently available on Amazon Prime for $61.62. But it comes with its own little like carry bag. The only thing about it I don't like is it doesn't have drink holders on it. So I bought these cheapy little things from Walmart to like bend around the handles, and that way I can put my phone or my water or whatever in it. So that's pretty cool.
Your water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, but I take it to tractor pulls and I mean, you name it. So that thing goes with me everywhere. Number 7, this one's going to sound really weird, but I found these at Dollar Tree, and it's a little tin, and it's actually originally has cotton swabs in it for traveling. It's called Cotton Buds Tin, and it is the perfect size for your sticks of gum. And so what I do is I take my gum and I take it out of the package and I put it in my tin. And I have a Kylo Ren Cotton Bud tin. And it is the best thing. But I've put like Tic Tacs in it, Altoids. You know, it's just kind of a cool conversation piece too, because somebody asks you for a piece of gum, and you're like, why sure I have a piece of gum?
Yeah.
And they're like, of course it's in a Star Wars tin.
Yeah.
You know. So it's just kind of fun.
Proves they'll put Star Wars on anything. Too.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
But
it's so true.
But this is good because I hate pocket gum.
Right. I know.
So.
And it's the same thing, like, because, you know, I was talking about that tote bag. I hate just throwing gum in my purse because then it gets smushed with everything else that's in there, too.
Tell me about it, sister.
So, yeah. So this, I'm
That's
telling
the
you,
fun.
this tin, Dollar Tree, y'all, $1, protect your gum. I've also used it for Band-Aids, like on trips and stuff like that. So if I need, you know, to take some, like, Band-Aids, if we're walking a lot and I know that we're going to be maybe needing them for blisters and stuff like that, I have another Cotton Buds tin that I put them in.
So why not put gum and Band-Aids in the same tin?
Then you'll have minty Band-Aids or latex tasting gum. So I don't know if you really want that, but
my gosh, yeah, it's so
for
fun
a buck,
in college
bring
with
for a
that
couple.
stuff. Yeah.
And then I keep the cotton swab separate for travel or whatever.
Well,
so that's
obviously,
pretty cool.
yeah.
Yeah. All right. So number 8 on my list is my Kylo Ren plushie from Squadron Goals. So if you remember way back, we had an interview with Courtney Morlock, who's the shop owner and former Wizard Award winner. And she has these, she calls them Minky plush pillows. And they're $30 a piece. And she doesn't have a Kylo Ren one right now, but she has a bunch of other ones. She has Anakin, she has Han Solo, Padme, whole bunch of them. But this Minky plush is super, super soft. It's kind of like a velour. And the way that she has it kind of shaped, it is the perfect little pillow to fit right in the nook of your neck, like when you're on your side and you're sleeping. So my Kylo Ren pillow is a staple, goes with me everywhere. I do not travel without it.
I need it.
You do, and I'm telling you what, and I also use it to prop up my head, like if I'm in bed and I'm just, like wanting to be lazy and look at my phone on a Sunday morning or whatever. So again, that nice little like curve is a perfect nook for your neck. So I highly, highly suggest it. All right, number 9 is my I Love You, I Know Mobius sterling silver necklace. So if you, of course, Endgame, you know what a Mobius circle looks like, right? It's kind of that twisted circle. If you remember from Endgame when they were trying to figure out time travel, or think Alex and Annie, kind of the same thing. So I know, right? So my husband actually got this for me for Sweetest Day a couple of years ago. He got it from QVC for $59.50, and it's on Amazon Prime right now for $27, $21 to $36. So definitely go for the cheaper one. But it's perfect because it's just this little circle of sterling silver, and it says, I love you, I know, and then it has the rebel symbol. And it's just great. I wear this one. If I'm not wearing my Vader pendant, I'm usually wearing this one, unless I'm wearing something that's like super special. But this is definitely my go-to everyday necklace for sure. And then last but not least, number 10, I know I've talked about these guys like a bazillion times, but I cannot live without my Big Whiff candles, room sprays, and soy wax melts. So yeah, so if you've listened to our past That's So Wizards, you know how much I love Big Whiff Candle and their Star Wars collections. And I'm telling you what, the room sprays, they are amazing, y'all. They really are. Like, I've even used my Shores of Scarif to freshen up my trash cans. Like after I pull, the trash bag out before I put a new one in, I just right in there, and it lasts for days too.
Wow.
So it's amazing. So go to bigwhiffcandle.com for that.
I kind of feel like they need to make a Taxus scent.
What? Oh, I don't even know if I want to ask what that would be. I'm gonna
know. I mean, it depends on who you are and at what point you're smelling me. So.
So you could have a different one for each one of your moods.
Probably
basically.
Pizza, beer, and barbecue.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. There you have it, folks. The new line. Look for that one soon. It's SQ5.
Yeah, spray the Taxus scent in your
Oh my goodness. All right. So those are my top 10. I love, so many things about all of the lifestyle products and fashion products that I've gotten, but those are by far my favorites. So, of course, we come to our coveted Wizard Award at this point. So the Wizard Award is simply an honorific that I choose to give to a product, shop, or person that I just think deserves a little bit more attention. And they don't get anything for it. They just get my love and admiration. So this time around, yeah, exactly. You're a constant Wizard Award winner, right?
Of course.
So this time the shout out goes to Creative Kelowna at the Etsy store for these Aurabesh Scrabble Tiles. I just appreciate how unique these are. And, just the fact that he was so willing to work with me and, go through all these questions and make sure that I was ordering what I needed, and threw in the velvet bag for me for free. So shout out to you, Etsy seller, Creative Kelowna. So check them out. And you are July's birthday Wizard Award winner.
Well.
So there you have it, folks. So I'll be reporting back with some of these new acquisitions that I've gotten. But Dennis, you want to go ahead and take us out?
Yeah, sure. That was a great rundown of product and some of your favorites there, Jay. Scoundrels, if you want to find us on social media, we are at SQPod on Twitter and Instagram, and on Facebook at facebook.com/SQPod. You can email us at sqpod@retrozap.com. You can follow Darth Taxus on Twitter at Darth Taxus. Jay is at Joyce Krebs, and I am at DJKVER2. Speaking of RetroZap, we are a proud part of the RetroZap.com podcast network. The network currently features more than a dozen shows covering everything from retro gaming, movies, collecting, and a ton of Star Wars. You subscribe to the network feed and get them all in one place. We'd love a review wherever you listen to your podcasts. With that in mind, a review on Apple Podcasts is the best way to raise visibility of the show and help others find us. Also, if you enjoyed this, then hey, tell your friends, especially the ones that like Star Wars about our show. Help them subscribe if they don't know how. We would really appreciate it. That'll do it for this Scoundrel Special Edition of That's So Wizard. We'll talk to you all soon with another episode of Starships, Sabers, and Scoundrels. Until then, Scoundrel Nation, may the Force be with you.